6 months since devastating storms wreaked havoc in Walthall County. It left many homes destroyed and damaged in the area. In this 300 site follow-up, Chris Fields shares the story of a family affected by the tornado.
Well, I got to hear the heartbreaking tale of one family who lost everything during the storm. It's a night they remember as a scary one and a close call for their life. And now 6 months later, they're on the road to rebuilding and picking up the pieces. As he lifts dead trees from what's left on his property,
it's kind of flat.
Curtis Bush is only left with memories that he says he'll cherish forever.
You know, it got blown. Half of the frame was still on our property. The other half, I found out, is across the street in a tree somewhere.
He and his family's home was torn into shreds when the tornado swept through. Now all that's left on the place they once called home is the foundation it stood on. While he was not home at the time, Bush told us he received that frightening call from his wife that terrifying night.
While I was on the phone with him, I heard her scream, "I love you," and the hit, I mean, just destroyed everything. Threw them across the yard. Took me a few minutes to get back in touch with them. And when I did, the first words out of her mouth was, one of our dogs had passed away and she couldn't find our son. He was buried under debris.
After the raging storm calmed, thankfully, Bush said, they were able to find their son and everyone survived.
Knowing that my wife and son were both, they were hurt, but they were alive was the biggest thing. That gave us a spot to start. Finding our dog 10 days later through a thermal drone was just, that helped the healing process for all of us.
3 on Your Side traveled around the area Monday, and you can still see everything from snapped trees, damaged school buses, and miles of debris along Highway 98 in Tylertown. And when it comes to a fresh start, Bush says they're in the final stages of closing on a new home.
Now with the SBA coming in, we've got approval through them. We're waiting for a closing date and, already picked out a new home and we're ready to go. Just waiting on the funding.
Now, Bush said they plan to rebuild on the same property where their old home was destroyed. Reporting in Walthall County, I'm Chris Fields, 3 on Your Side.